There are two kinds of electronic tuners. There are standalone tuners, like this one, which you can find in musical instrument stores. And you can also use a free application for a smartphone, which works exactly the same. You just have to hit the note, and the tuner tells you which note is it. This is G, and it displays if the note is in tune or not. The display goes from minus 50 cents to plus 50 cents. 1 cent is 1/100th of a semitone. When the display reaches the left side of the screen, the note is 1/4 tone too flat. And now you see that the note is closer to G sharp than to A. You can see that the display is very sensitive. Sometimes it tells that the note is too flat, sometimes that it is too sharp. You must not pay attention to the initial display because the analyzer is confused by the noise of the stick picking the string. We are not interested in this, we are interested in what is displayed just after the initial stroke. Here it tells that the note is a bit too flat. And then we can see that as the sound fades away, the analyzer is also confused because it is losing the signal and the display is less and less accurate. We must look at what happens just after the string is hit. There. And this we must ignore. Here is an example of a string that is perfectly in tune. It is very important to work in a completely silent environment because the tuner is going to be affected by any noise that there is around. If you cannot get a silent environment, you can get a contact microphone that you can plug in the tuner, and now instead of listening to its internal microphone, it listens to the vibration on this plug. The plug must be attached on the instrument, and then the analyzer displays the note played by the instrument and is not sensitive anymore to any sound around it. I can go on talking while I'm playing strings, and you can see that the tuner does not pay any attention to the sound of my voice. However, the external microphone is less sensitive than the internal mic, especially on the treble strings. You can see that it can't get what's happening here. I have to hit the string harder. and then it loses the signal immediately. The internal microphone is more sensitive. Another interesting feature of the external contact microphone is that it enables the soundback option. When this option is activated, the tuner can play the exact note that we are trying to tune. That can be quite helpful on the highest notes of the instrument where the display is very inaccurate. Now, what is the difference between a standalone tuner and a smartphone with an application? If I play a pure sine wave at exactly 440 Hz, which is A, we can see that both tuners get exactly the same reading. We can also see that they give exactly the same reading when we use the instrument. There are many different applications for smartphone. This one is Boss Tuner. It behaves exactly like the standalone Korg tuner. The difference with other applications, like for example G-strings, is the reactivity of the display. Here we can see that the display reacts very slowly and it persists in displaying inaccurate readings when there is no more signal to analyze. Here is Sound Corset. And they all have their own specificity in the reactivity of the display. My preferred one is Boss Tuner. Between the Korg electronic tuner and the Boss application for smartphone, I have a small preference for the smartphone application because the display is brighter on the smartphone screen than on the liquid crystal display of the Korg tuner.